what about if you have an entrepreneur, right?
Yep.
They're curious, they want to grow, they want to scale, they understand they've plateaued, or maybe they've hit a roadblock and they want to figure out how to break through that. How do you determine what people are going to support that, right? Like, how do you analyze your executive team to make sure you have the right people around you to go to the next step? Because sometimes 1+1 = 4,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So, there's actually a tool that we teach called the People Analyzer, no pun intended, but that's actually what we use to kind of measure that. But really, you got to hit it on two sides, right? The first things that you have to ask yourself is culturally, these executives that I'm surrounding myself with, like, do they fit who we are as a company today, and do they fit who we need to be going into the future? Right. I have worked with a company, and I've mentioned this before to other people. So, the core value of the business is 100 miles an hour, that they're just constantly moving, like really fast, making decisions. And even if there's some risk involved, just keep going. Like, we're good. That's how we've grown this thing. And, an organization like that wants to surround themselves with people that like operate that way, right? You want a leadership team that thinks and operates that way. But at a certain point in time, when your organization has grown, right? And if your business is a bust, you're driving 100 miles an hour, with only a couple people on, is not that much risk. But now you have a whole bunch more people, a lot, like bigger, a lot more at stake, right? So you always have to ask yourself, culturally, do we still want to be that business? Is that the business that I want to be, in 10 years from now? And is acting that way today going to help me get there? Because if it isn't, then I might need to weed that out of my organization. Maybe some of those people, unfortunately, that were the linchpins that have gotten us here because of that drive, right? They might be actually what could be potentially holding us back, which is sometimes a difficult conversation to have, but it comes up sometimes, right? And it doesn't mean they're a bad person, and it doesn't mean that all the work that they've done till this point is meaningless. It just means that we need to figure out how we're going to get where we need to go, and for this person to go where they need to go going forward. So there's that side, the cultural element of just constantly like really focusing on what your core values are, and pressure testing them to make sure that they're the right ones. And then there's the other side of it, outside of the culture, the core values that fit. We call it GWC. Do the people that are in these seats get their jobs, right? Are they naturally wired to do this work? Do they want to do this job, right? Maybe they wanted to do it a long time ago because they thought they were going to, elevate and become the CEO one day, and now they're not the CEO now. So they actually still want to be here doing this, right? Or maybe they have other passions that, like, it's not even that they got missed out. Maybe they're just like, I want to be a professional baseball player, and I'm going to retire from basketball and, start playing baseball for a little bit, because like that's a want to, right? Like you could lose it. And then do they have the capacity? That's the most interesting question we have to ask, because today, probably, yeah, they have the capacity to do this. But as AI changes, as technology changes, as leadership and management styles change, as an organization grows, we always have to ask, will they continue to have that capacity to operate in that role? And those are the questions we always have to ask. Just like, it's gotten us here, will it get us there? And it applies to the people that we surround ourselves with. And, again, they're not bad people. They just might not be a right fit anymore.